First, I'm gonna prove to you that Jesus is a prophet. That's why I'm asking you. Open Matthew 21.
He's a prophet. We don't deny it. He's more than a prophet.
Okay, so enjoy, don't worry. Let's give him his bonus. You said Matthew what?
21:11. That's just to prove that he's a
Matthew
prophet.
21:11. You want to prove to us that Jesus is a prophet, right?
Let's just read it out loud.
No problem. I'll read it. Matthew 21:11.
Yes.
Good. So just hold on. The app is the Bible app is opening. So I'm going to read Matthew 21:11 for you now. You want to prove to us? All right.
And feel free to read before or after for context as well. No problem.
No problem. You don't have to worry. Matthew 21:11. Okay. Okay. Here it says, and the multitude said, "This is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee." Okay.
Okay, so he's a prophet.
And then
So
you said?
no, so I'm proving he's a prophet, not God. Okay.
Who said that Jesus is a prophet?
What do you mean? Who said that? Look into the.
Who said that?
What
What I read for you here. Who said it?
let me go back and check.
Crowds.
The crowd, correct.
Can you see?
So the
Okay.
disciples as well. That includes
Now
the
I'm going to
disciples.
give you verses. Hold on, Yusuf. I'll give you verses where the same crowd, all right, they said that Jesus, most of the crowd, they said Jesus is not a prophet. They said Jesus, they accused Jesus of doing miracles, not with the Spirit of God, but with another spirit. So you want us, if we go with the crowd, we have to believe the crowd that what they say that is true, that Jesus is not a prophet, is not the Messiah, right?
Wait, hold on.
The crowd also said Jesus is not the Messiah. Can I show it to you?
Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Okay, go to John 7:31. John 7:31. And if you can read it. Just give me a second. Let me
Messiah just means the anointed one. It doesn't necessarily mean he's God. Not at all, actually. So,
What? Are you coming from the Quran verse? You're just
I
you're saying the
read
same.
John 31. Why are you being disrespectful? I read John 31. It says he's the Messiah, and I don't disagree that he's the Messiah. But Messiah doesn't mean he's God.
No,
He's the anointed one.
No.
So
No,
again,
that's not what I'm asking you. Yusuf, that's not what I'm asking you. Okay? What I told you is that there are verses
the crowd
in.
called him the Messiah, and I don't disagree with that. So I don't get your
I'm
point.
not saying you are not listening. I'm not saying it's not the Messiah. You went to Matthew 11. You said because the crowd said Jesus is a prophet, it means Jesus is a prophet, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm now saying the crowd here
Says that he's a
in
Messiah.
John, I said you should go to John 7:31. The crowd said he's not the Messiah. So if we go with everything the crowd said, we have to believe the crowd. The crowd also says he's not the Messiah, correct?
No, they said he is the Messiah.
No, okay, go to John 7:31.
I am on John.
You don't know what you are reading. You said?
I am on John 7:31.
Let me read it for you. Let me open it up. Let me open it up for you.
It is open.
Okay. Guys, give me a second. I keep getting calls across. It's not allowing me to concentrate. Okay. Okay. John 7:31. Here's what it says. And many of the people, okay, nephew, is the miracle that Jesus did and when Jesus was teaching. And many of the people believed on him and said, when Christ cometh, will he do more miracle than this which this man had done? Do you understand what the crowd are saying here?
Sorry, repeat what you just said.
And many of the people believed on him, which is Jesus. This is after Jesus did a miracle. and said, when Christ cometh, will he do more miracle than this which this man had done?
Well, because you guys, I'm assuming you guys believe in Jesus' second coming as well, no?
What does this have to do with Jesus' second
Well,
coming?
with the second coming,
Can we concentrate?
I'm
What's
saying
wrong with it?
with his second coming, he's going to.
This is not about Jesus' second coming. Please, can you stop
I just-
changing the subject?
I just read more.
I'm telling you that-
read a few verses
Listen,
before.
you
Read
brought
a few verses before and after it.
You brought a verse in
That's
the
the
Bible
context.
in Matthew 21
Yes,
to
I'm
show
reading the
that
context.
the people said, Yusuf, are you going to be interrupting me? Or
I'm saying read the
context.
context. It's talking about his second coming.
Okay, Matthew 7, John 7 is talking about Jesus' second coming.
Yes, that's if you read a few verses before.
Okay, give me the verse that talks. Okay, give me the few verses before that talks about his second coming.
Let's start with John 15.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's start with verse.
No.
15.
You said?
No.
Start with
Yeah,
verse
it's
15.
you are going forward. You want to go back. So 7. Let's read the 7.
No,
Let's
sorry,
read
sorry.
27.
Is this guy okay?
Hold on. Wait. Let's read 27. He said, but we know where this man came from.
Start from verse 15.
And when the 7, no, hold on. Read
Oh, okay, start from
7:27.
7.
Let's
Okay,
stay
start
on that 7.
Start from 7.
Let's stay on the 7, bro. Let's stay on the 7.
Enjoy, give me a second. Is this guy okay?
I'm very okay.
You said John 7 is about Jesus' second coming, right?
Yes.
Okay, give me the verses in John 7 that talks about Jesus' second coming. I'm
Okay.
waiting. Yes.
In fact,
Guys, you want
27.
to teach us the Bible.
So, Dunia, 27 actually told us how they were doubting about him. They said, 7:27 said, before the 31, he said, but we know where this man comes from. And when
Exactly.
this Christ appear, no one will know where he came from. So they were doubting. They're like, we know this God. This cannot be the
Yeah,
Christ. This cannot be the
just read
Messiah.
it. I just read it for you guys.
Huh?
Did you guys not hear me?
We can't hear you because if you go out of the app, we can't
Okay,
hear you.
give us the
out of
verse in John 7 that
Give
talks
us-
about his
Okay, I
second
said
coming. Let me read it.
start from verse
Give me
7.
the verse.
Start from verse 7 and
Sorry?
read on. Start from verse
Okay,
7.
John 7, verse 7.
No, start from there and read on.
Okay, from verse 7, right?
7, 15. I'm saying start from 15 and read on.
15.
Chapter 7, verse
Start from
15.
15 and read on,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, and the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man letters, having never learned? Jesus answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. If any man will do his will,
Cut up the tomato, get the kiwi,
Yusuf,
the coconut, drink the water, scrape the jelly out, eat it after, and the dessert being goes on the starter.
that's Yusuf.
Abundance for you.
Is this a tactic
Put
to
up
run
a
away?
nutrients, natural packaging for you. Rampacked with wholesome
Can you not
ingredients.
unmute yourself? You have lied. You have lied and you want to run
Healthy
away
fast food, veggies, and fruit.
by playing music.
I want fast food. People
Can
think,
you stop unmuting
but
yourself?
nature
Shame on
can
you.
take it a little further.
Shame on you.
Faster than
Shame on you.
Deception.
Guys, can you see
That's
what
the
he's doing?
devil. Deception. That's what they've been trained to. Islam is full of deception. That's the devil. They don't want the truth. They don't want the people to see the truth. They delight
Guys,
in
can you
people
see- and
being
I'm-
fed lies.
Yes, and I'm going to post this. I'll post it. He lied that John 7 is about Jesus' second coming. When he saw that there is nothing about Jesus' second coming in John chapter 7, he now started playing music so that we can kick him out. I mute him, he unmute himself, which means he's intentionally doing it. So guys, that's how Muslims are. They are liars and deceivers like they are God. And what is my point? My point is, we can't go with what the crowd say. We have to go with what Jesus said about himself, not what the crowd say, because you will see the crowd say Jesus is a prophet. The crowd say Jesus is not a prophet, like what we saw in John 7, that Jesus is not even the Christ. And he, as a Muslim, believed Jesus is the Christ. You see?